Welcome again to the Mindfulness broadcast 2024. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My goodness, here we are. I want to talk this morning about, I was calling it story time as I was kind of prepping for all this and thinking about the stories that we tell ourselves. And I had this experience the other day where I was dropping my kids off at school in the morning. I drop off one. He's my youngest, and then I go to a different school and drop off my oldest child. And there's a woman, when I drop off my younger child, who is 9, there used to be the vice principal who did the job of like greeting parents and taking the kids across the crosswalk, and she would wave, and then, she's the vice principal, so she probably got busy and somebody else was hired to do the job. And this woman does not greet me, does not make eye contact. I think she does, she's doing her thing. And I drop him off. I wait to make eye contact. She never makes eye contact. And then I drive off, and then I grumble a little bit. And so I was grumbling, particularly, I had come to this decision without even consciously being aware of it, that I didn't like her and that I didn't trust her and that I didn't think she was doing her job very well. So I verbalized that one morning to my oldest, to my daughter, and she said, "Why?" And so I went into story time, telling her my story, because when you have an important exchange, like I'm giving you my child, we have these social contracts where you have to make eye contact, because that says, I see you, you see me, you have my important thing, you're in charge of him now. And so I was explaining all of how the world works to her, passing on my stories. And she said, "Well, what if she can't see you? What if she doesn't have really great vision?" Which, of course, had its own set of stories that I had to say about the job she had. "What if she is an introvert?" said my daughter. What if, and of course, as an 11-year-old is shooting holes in my theories, which I both love and drive me crazy, but it was this gift to me to remind me, these are just stories. These are just stories that I have about how the world should work. And I was so committed to that story about what she should be doing that I also then attributed that to her and her life and her job. And it was fascinating to me to watch all that play out. And I was passing that on to my daughter. I'm passing on my story about how the world should work and how that impacts people. And it was just this beautiful light bulb moment for me about how the facts are, she doesn't make eye contact with me, and my child gets out of the car and walks into the school. Everything after that is me, is my story and her story and my daughter's story. And just bringing, I think one of the many gifts of mindfulness is that when that light bulb is there, we can then begin to direct our attention to it, or maybe we turn the light bulb on with self-awareness and just observe that story. And is it serving me? What else might be true? How do I want to be in relationship to this story, or even to this woman who is not making eye contact with me? Do I want to park, get out, and go introduce myself and say something? Do I not? Do I just want to stay committed to my story for a while? Just, bringing some curiosity to it once the light bulb has either turned on by either somebody else or ourselves. So as you move into 2024, whatever that means for you, sometimes that's very significant for some people. Sometimes people don't really, notice as we move into new years. What story are you telling yourself about everything? We're always in story. What are you telling yourself about a coworker, about a client, a participant, about your partner, about your kids, about your life, about yourself, about your worthiness? What stories are you telling yourself? And do you want to continue to tell yourself those stories as you move into a new year? So with that, let's close our eyes, or we can take a soft gaze. Let's move into our practice this morning. The way that we build our self-awareness, the way that we build our curiosity, Our ability to be in relationship with our stories is to build a brain that can focus, that can remain curious, self-aware, non-judgmental. And that's built through these mindfulness practices. We're going to use a body scan this morning, a very common mindfulness practice that really allows us to practice focusing our attention on certain areas in our body. So first and foremost, just be here and know that you are here, which means inviting your busy brain to this event, creating a body posture that invites our awareness into this event. You might adjust putting 2 feet on the floor, allowing your shoulders to drop as your chest lifts, allowing the crown of the head to lift, kind of envisioning a straw from your nose to your belly, allowing your breath to come in, move fully and clearly into your belly, allowing that to expand, and then slowly exhaling, feeling the breath move from your belly to your chest and slowly out your lips. And doing that several more times, inhaling through your nose, reversing the process, exhaling through your lips. One last time together, inhaling and exhaling. Bringing your attention to your feet. You might imagine a flashlight shining on them or a heat brought into that area. Or you might just wiggle your toes, move your feet around and feel them. Feel where they connect. Notice your feet. Notice how you're making contact with the earth. Notice the temperature of your feet. Notice if they click or crack as you move them. Removing any judgment, actively noticing our own stories. Oh, these old feet, whatever it is, notice as we move through this body, notice your stories that are attached. Bringing your energy and awareness up into your knees. Again, taking notice. What are the sensations? What do you feel? Can you feel your pants? Can you feel clothing? Is there a sensation of achiness? Bringing your awareness again further up your leg, up your thighs and into your pelvis. Again, noticing the stories. Noticing our judgments. Noticing sensations. Can you feel where your bottom makes contact with the chair? Moving your energy up into your belly and your lower back. Awareness of if your breath is in this region, if you're sucking it in or you're allowing it to relax. Noticing sensations. Noticing our stories. Noticing our judgments. Lifting your awareness into your upper back and your chest. Feeling the breath move in and out, feeling your heart beat. Noticing in your shoulders, any sensation, any holding of energy. Maybe as you inhale, exhale, releasing those shoulders, noticing any stories about stress, about life, about to do, about roles, about identity. Allowing your awareness and energy to move through the arms, all the way out through the fingers. Observing, noticing. Bringing the energy up through your throat, up and into your beautiful face. Again, noticing judgment, story, sensations. As we do this practice, you might notice that as we notice the stories and the judgment, we come out of the present moment. Lots of those stories and judgment take us into past or into future. When we notice sensations, we come back into the present moment. Feel my tongue on the back of my teeth. I feel my dry lips kind of crack a little as I speak. I feel the corners of my mouth turn up. Brings us back into the present moment. Finding your breath again in your body. Allowing that whole process to settle in. Any observations of stories, judgment that we hold about our own precious body. Let's see if you can bring a compassionate awareness and curiosity to that. How committed are you to that story? How can we ease the judgment? What else might be true? And together, we're going to bring our attention back into the space, opening your eyes or bringing your gaze back. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you next week. We also have the Mindfulness Masterclass later this month that's going to focus on being mindful about the resolutions we set, the goals that we create. So I hope to see you all many times throughout the new year and especially this month. Be well, everyone. Take care. Bye.